Welcome back, everyone, to Midnight Screening. I am your host. Nathan needs a username. Laying with me are two of my good friends, Josh K.
Hi.
and Ty Hennessy.
I'm mad I'm doing this again.
So for some
Okay, right.
context, this is the third time we have recorded this episode today, this evening, because a certain two people have had technical issues.
So,
We've had problems.
for the third time tonight, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas. You're during Christmas. We're slightly delirious because of how long we've been doing this. Well, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Oh.
Have a crazy Kwanzaa. That's a Simpsons reference. That's a Simpsons reference.
Not a racist reference.
Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. That was a Simpsons reference. Anyway, happy holidays. We're talking. I forgot how to do the intro. We put two alternative Christmas classics up to the vote on Instagram. Gremlins and Die Hard. Die Hard won 62% to 38%. So we're talking Die Hard this month.
We talking Die Hard.
We're talking Die Hard. Now, some trivia.
Oh, go on, tell us some trivia we've never heard about Die Hard, please.
Boys, I bet you didn't know any of this. So Die Hard, right? If you didn't know, which I doubt, I don't know who would have told you this before, you guys. Die Hard is based on a book.
Wait,
Right?
what? No way.
Yeah, it's based on a novel from 1979 called Nothing Lasts Forever.
Nothing, and that was obviously that must have been the first book of its
Series,
right?
See, you've fallen into my trap, Josh. Nothing Lasts Forever, right? The book by Roderick Thorpe was a sequel to his earlier novel, The Detective.
Does that mean that Die Hard's a sequel?
Kind of.
You're really not going with my dramaticism here, are you?
But who could ever
The
play the
answer's
great
kind of.
John McClane?
Kind of.
Josh, you know how we're going with the bit that you don't know this trivia? You do.
Wait, what? Since when?
So you know the answer was kind of.
You could have said it more dramatically. You didn't have to use the words kind of. Anyway.
So yeah, they did adapt The Detective with Frank Sinatra, of all people, the great Frank Sinatra, meaning when Die Hard was put into production, the role of John McClane was offered back to its originator, Frank Sinatra.
No way, that's insane.
This is interesting.
But
I know.
Everyone that isn't you,
It was
because they don't know
the
this.
first time.
Yeah.
thankfully, Frank Sinatra knew he was too old and was not too egotistical to say, yes, I will play
Yeah,
John McClane.
we figured it out. Josh, what age did you say Sinatra would have been?
Oh, 73,
Three?
78,
Sorry,
70, 73 or 78. It was one of the two. Give me 2 seconds, I can tell you.
73 or 78. It was either like 10 or 103. Like,
There's a 5-year difference. It was 73. Okay.
73.
Maybe 72 technically because he was born in December.
Okay.
Okay.
Christmas.
Christmas.
It's a Christmas thing. We found the Christmas connection. We did it. So yeah, a 72, 73-year-old Frank Sinatra could have played John McClane, which is very funny in my head.
Very, very different type of film that we've come out with.
Exceptionally different film.
Oh, I'm just picturing the bit when he jumps off the roof with the hose and just all you see is just the spine breaking.
His fedora falls off. It's like Indiana Jones. He's trying to get his fedora back.
Just free falling from Nakatomi Plaza trying to catch the fedora.
They're on the radio. They ask him where he's from. The violin starts once, but dun 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 dun. Dun.
I want to see this film now.
Mm.
See, that is one of those like never made movies. It's like the Michael Jackson Spider-Man thing, where it's like, yeah, I'm glad it didn't happen because we got the better movie.
Yeah,
But I want to
but
see
wanna
that movie.
I
Like,
really want someone out there to make a deep fake of Frank Sinatra
oh,
as John McClane.
it's John McClane.
We have the technology now, people. We can have it
Oh.
happen.
And everyone else is still the same.
Yeah.
Like, we don't age anyone else up.
Why would we? That wouldn't make it the same film.
Brilliant.
Alan Rickman threatening a 73-year-old man.
Yep.
That also makes it so much funnier to me. There's that brilliant scene where Hans Gruber and John McClane meet face to face and they don't realize that's what's happening. It'd be a lot easier to tell that it's John McClane if it's the only 70-year-old man
Yeah.
in the building. Like,
But you've also got the alternative, like, Hans Gruber surely wouldn't have expected the cowboy to be a 73-year-old man, so
Oh,
who's this mysterious person? Where did he come from? Why is he holding a machine gun?
No, he didn't know it was him. Hans knew John was John. He had a gun to his face.
Well, you say he knows. That's because John said his name.
Yeah, but no, he held a gun to his face.
Yeah, he knew before John said his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, John wasn't being subtle.
No.
He's not a. To be fair to him, he's not Ethan Hunt, is he? He's a cop, like a cop, not even
True.
though. Yeah, like he probably is dealing with like parking fines and shoplifters, like
Nah.
normally.
He's got 6 months worth of scum to put into jail. Hence why his marriage is
He
failing. Boom.
He did say that, yes.
Sorry, that's the worst thing I've ever. That's the worst thing to say.
So, John McClane's an interesting character.
No, yeah, John McClane is an interesting character.
It is, yeah. So, play a game at home. If you can tell when we're going over something we've already talked about and trying to make it sound natural. So I think John McClane might be my favorite 80s action
Dick.
hero.
Your favorite? Oh. Your favorite? And why is that, Nathan?
Well, because he's more of an actual character. Let's skip to the opening of Die Hard, right? Because I don't know why I specified the movie that I was going to talk about, as if that's not the movie we've been talking about the whole time. The opening of the movie, you learn everything you need to know about John McClane immediately.
Yes. Like how his name is Mr. John Diehard.
Yes, John. So yeah, what was I even talking about?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. I see. Die Hard. Oh. No, yeah. So, movie opens. He's flying to LA because he's been invited to the Christmas party at his wife's new workplace in Nakatomi Plaza.
Yes, Plaza.
By rich people, who've ordered him a limo.
Yep.
Sorry, can we just by rich people?
I forgot his name.
Mr.
The rich
Takagi.
guy.
Takagi.
Mr.
Mr.
Yeah,
Miyagi, yeah.
Takagi.
He later
you
teaches
dick.
teaches
Mr.
John how to do karate.
So yeah, they get him a limo. He doesn't want to be in the limo, so he rides up front, which is such a great little character moment. But also something I noticed, or sort of I took note of in this scene, right? We're talking about Die Hard
Yep.
because it's the ultimate sort of when people talk about like, is it even really a Christmas movie?
Yes.
When obviously it is because it's a movie about Christmas, and those are the two words in the phrase Christmas movie.
Yeah.
The first like song, like pop song we hear in this film is Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis.
Yes.
The limo driver Argyle's like, let's listen to some music. Can you put some Christmas in Hollis? John says, "You're not going to listen to Christmas music?" And he goes, "This is Christmas music. Die Hard is the Christmas and Hollis of movies."
I think that's the first time anyone's ever said that sentence.
It is, because that, I think, even now, is still the first song I think of when it's like, what's a Christmas song that isn't like a default Christmas song? You immediately jump to Run DMC. And I think in the same way you're like, what's a Christmas movie, but I don't want to watch like a comedy, like a family comedy or a rom-com? Die Hard.
What do you mean? Die Hard is definitely a family comedy. But
In
this guy
terms
who
of
hilariously has to kill 12 people.
if you loosely, I mean, there's jokes in it, and he has a family.
Yeah. And he kills 12 people.
Good.
Don't forget that
And
bit.
he did, well, he didn't kill all of them, did
Every
he?
good.
Did they all
He
die?
does. Yeah. Wait,
Does all
maybe
12
not
of
the
them
tech
die?
guy.
No, Argyle knocks him out.
Knocks him out. So he
Oh,
kills
yeah,
11
guy
of
hits
them.
him with the truck. Our guy hits him with a limo.
Well, so he's probably dead, let's face it.
Our guy's like, well, he looks pretty dead.
Yeah. He kills a solid 10 people.
I find it so fitting that Christmas and Hollis is in this movie. I think it's intentional. Like, as I say, I'll be like, you can make Christmas stuff that isn't generically Christmassy, which is what this is. You know, I think that's either that or that's just me forcing a connection between two things that isn't there for the sake of content.
We'll make it a thing, though. Just go with it. Pretend it was definitely intentional. We know that for a fact, and we don't have to pretend
Oh,
it
that's all. That's all this show is us saying things that
Mm.
are probably not true and just claiming they are because we feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you really need, though.
Yeah, that's how podcasting works.
Doing it right.
Speaking of connections with things,
I was going to say
Hit
something
me,
horrible there, but no.
okay, hit me while watching this. This is the first time ever there is a direct connection between this movie and last month's movie.
I'm gonna
And last month's movie. Oh, Ghostbusters. Okay.
Ghostbusters.
Did you forget what the last
How
movie
is there?
was? Yes,
New York?
there is a direct connection between this movie, not New York, no,
In New York.
between. There's a direct connection between Ghostbusters and Die Hard, and it's something that we talked about at length last month.
Is Rick Moranis in Die Hard?
Rick Moranis is not in Die Hard.
Is PB Herman
Someone
in
is,
Die
though.
Hard?
Imagine if Rick Moranis played John McClane.
Oh, that's even better than Frank Sinatra. But the thing is, he can't get in the air vent because he keeps locking it.
Wait, there's something we talked about at length.
Yep.
What? Stay Puft Marshmallows?
Right. I'm gonna say the exact phrase I said last month. Boys, have you ever heard of the actor William Atherton?
Oh, yeah, because he's the
He-
newsman, isn't he?
Oh, so he is!
Yes.
Holy
I
shit!
William
recognized him.
Atherton is in Die Hard.
Yeah, he's a reporter.
For anyone who's
Damn.
forgotten, or if it's yeah, William Atherton was in Ghostbusters. He played
Douglas.
Walter Peck. And he is also in Die Hard as a slightly less important character, but
Still
equally
Douglas,
as
though.
annoying. He is another awful person in this movie.
And he
and I
gets
just wanted to say-
leathered.
Yeah, watching Ghostbusters and Die Hard this close together, it's so satisfying to watch him get punched in the face. Like, just,
Yeah.
I feel like I built up both him trying to stop the Ghostbusters and then unleashing all those ghosts on New York, and trying to, like, profit off this, like, tragedy in LA at the same time. They combined in my head, and then when he got socked in the jaw at the end of the movie, it was just
Yeah.
felt like I needed that.
You're the reason he quit acting. Congratulations.
That's it, yeah, which I also found kind of funny, because then I was thinking about the fact that we had talked about how people used to yell at him in the street for being mean to the Ghostbusters. That's why he stopped acting.
You're the problem of this world.
And that was it, like, first off, obviously, leave actors alone, don't do that. But also, I get it. But don't be like that in real life. Actors pretend to be people.
Mm.
Ghostbusters
Yes,
is
they're
not a
actually all
documentary.
not people.
Ghostbusters was not a documentary.
Wait, what? But
End.
Die Hard is, right?
End of my point.
Die Hard is a
Yes.
documentary, right? This really happened.
Yes, they offered the role of John McClane in this documentary to Frank Sinatra.
I thought it was. I've been this. I thought this was a documentary about the life of Frank Sinatra. Oh, see, my
That one
bad.
day when Frank Sinatra killed 12 people.
They were terrorists. Doesn't count.
Oh, I want to make a movie called Sinatra versus the Terrorists. Like Sinatra defending New York from a bunch of terrorists. That'd be great.
Singing as he does it.
Yep.
Could we get Bruce Willis to play Frank Sinatra? It's a terrible casting
bring it
choice.
full circle. Because Bruce Willis does not care about acting anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just would not be a good Frank Sinatra.
Have you ever seen, was it Screen Junkies? They cut together like every clip from Glass where Bruce Willis had to walk. And he's just like shuffling
I
forward.
have not seen that, but
I
I'm
wanna
gonna
see
have
it,
to
though.
finish recording.
It's so funny. Because he's just so like, he just clearly doesn't care. He's just like shuffling along. Yeah, I want to clarify. I did not deliberately. Again, these movies got to a vote. There was no deliberate connection between these two. This will probably never
Yeah.
happen again. I can't. Knowing what two movies are going up for the vote next month, I can't see a possible connection between this and either of them.
I'll find it. Hopefully.
You never know.
Like if you squint, like, but not as direct as like these two
The
share a
same
cast
guy.
member.
No.
Which is fun. I'm genuinely trying to struggle in my head to think of what haven't we talked about? Like what's in a
Alright.
lost recording and what's in this one?
So I think
Screw it. Let's talk.
one of the main reasons.
Oh, you go.
No, but you've got. We were talking about John McClane as a character, and
Yeah.
how
Yes.
when you look at all the different 80s action films, he's probably the best. And the main reason for that is, you look at other 80s action stars, and they're not like characters, really. They're more like objects in films. And that's an issue. That's what makes this one so great, is because you get to watch a film where you're watching a character somehow defeat these odds that he really shouldn't. But it's down to largely luck and slight planning. It's not, hey, here's 2 machine guns, brat.
Yeah, he's up.
And
He's
also-
up there with like.
He's not
Oh, no, go on.
a specially trained person either. It's like
Yeah,
Rambo,
yeah.
army vet.
He's just a cop.
Yeah, you're not dealing with a
Yeah,
vet or a
Just
or a time traveling robot.
or a specially made killing machine.
Yeah, like, but yeah, I think John McClane's up there with my favorite like action heroes. Period. Like, for similar reasons to why I like Indiana Jones as a character, or why is that the only other one I can think of?
It's all the characters. John McClane and Indiana Jones.
Oh, you know the two. Why can't I think of? I had like a
Two
bunch in my head
characters.
and lost them. Sarah Connor, Ellen Ripley,
Uh,
Cage Yeager, not that one. But yeah, like those characters, they're all people with motivations who are sort of often in the wrong place at the wrong time, but also characters that spend the majority of the movie out of breath and beaten up and like they're persevering through. It's not they're not like Rambo from like Rambo 3 onwards where they can take anyone at any point. Like they're scrappy and they're smart and they've got luck on their side. It's a far more interesting movie when that happens. I was just gonna
Dun, dun.
clarify again that I was joking when I said Cage Yeager. I'm not putting Cage Yeager in that list.
You sure? Don't worry.
I just think his name is funny.
Cage Yeager.
Yeah, and for further context to those people, Kay Jaeger was Mark Wahlberg's character in the Transformers sequels.
Ah.
That's that was the joke.
He's my
Um,
favorite action hero. He's the best one.
as I said, it's John McClane, Indiana Jones, Sarah Connor, Kay Jaeger.
Yeah.
That's everyone's list, right? That's not even like that's not just me saying that.
Right.
That's like
It's
facts.
universally agreed upon. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's in AFI's like they've got a list. They're like these are the most important movies of all time. It's like Die Hard, Terminator, Transformers: Age of Extinction.
Exactly. Done. Sorted.
I didn't know I knew the name of that movie until right now.
You tried to say it earlier and it didn't work.
Oh no! Earlier I tried to name the last samurai. No, Transformers, the last duel. Transformers: The Last Jedi. What is? Someone help me.
The Last
I
Night.
don't know.
It's The Last Night.
Night? Is it
In
night?
Soho?
Oh, cause it's a pun, isn't it?
But they're robots. They're not knights. How's that a pun?
No, because that's the one where King Arthur built the Transformers
Yeah.
on stupid,
Wait, what?
and he's played by Stanley Tucci.
I did not watch this film, and I'm so happy I haven't now. I thought they came from a different
Oh.
planet. What's going?
I've butchered the plot. It's something to do with King Arthur, and he's played by Stanley Tucci.
Okay.
Yeah, 2017, The Last Night.
That is The Last Night, right? Yeah, Transformers: Last Night in Soho.
Josh Duhamel's also in it. Nah, Stanley Tucci played Merlin.
Oh, see, Merlin. Sorry,
Yeah.
that makes so much more sense.
And, yeah. Liam Garrigan played King Arthur,
Sure.
who was in
I want to clarify. I haven't seen this movie.
6 movies.
I remember its existence briefly. I did call it The Last Jedi, so that should tell you how little I cared. So yeah, John McClane's more interesting than Kay Jaeger.
Yeah.
Was basically the point we were trying to make. Let's talk about Alan Rickman.
Obviously.
Okay.
Josh, if you do the same joke you did about Rick Moranis.
Are we going to talk about how Snape was a good guy, or are we talking about Hans Gruber?
Let's not go there. So yeah, Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman was a great actor. We all know that anyway.
Absolutely fantastic. He's perfect for
Incredible
this.
villain.
He's perfect for Hans Gruber.
Yes. Hans Gruber. We were talking about John McClane being a more interesting action hero. Hans Gruber is way more interesting than like any other 80s action villain.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
agree.
he's really well read and really smart. His plan has like way too many steps, but is also incredibly simple at the same time because he's just trying to confuse the police.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much going on in that character. Even to like the small hints about him that he's probably slightly unhinged because he's been like, even the terrorist group he belongs to doesn't want anything to do with him. Like,
Yeah.
it all leads to just a really interesting character who is expertly portrayed by the late Alan Rickman. It's that bit like when you're first introduced to him. They all come out of that truck and just sort of slowly form like a delta formation with him in the middle,
Yeah.
which is just such a great shot. And then when they get into the party and they sort of start to take over things, he's standing there with his like little notebook, like he's reading a script, and it just looks like he's like waiting for everyone to be quiet and listen to him, and he looks like a fed up like high school teacher,
Yeah.
like trying to lead an assembly.
Yes, because all of our high school teachers had that moment when they killed a bunch of people. Forgot about that.
But you know what I mean? It looks like someone who's done this so many times and is just
Just
kind of
fed
bored of
up.
this bit. Yeah, he's just like, if they're quiet, then I can say the thing and then I can leave and we can all go home. Like,
Yeah, when he
it's that
closes the
same
book.
attitude like a principal has.
Yeah, when he closes the
Yeah.
book, he's like, right, just shut up
Yeah, like
Let it happen.
now we can do this.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it gave me the exact thing of like yeah, a fed up principal at a school. Like
Oh, by the way, just to let
That's
you know,
definitely one way to look at it.
before Die Hard, Alan Rickman had done 6 movies, 6 or 7. None of them he played a villain.
oh wow, so this is the start of
Legitimate villain career. Yeah. His
Yeah.
first ever movie was in Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes sense. I guess he was
in
a theater guy before that, really. Yeah.
1978. Yeah, so
Yeah, he's probably done a lot of Shakespeare in his time, Alan Rickman.
yeah, because I was like, is he lit? I thought Galaxy Quest was before this. But please don't tell me someone watched Galaxy Quest and went, Joe, who'd be great for Hans Gruber? This guy.
Galaxy Quest is the outlier in
It
his
was
career. I think. That is
11
the one where I'm
years
like,
later.
like Galaxy Quest is a great movie that he is great in.
Yeah.
How he ended up in Galaxy Quest, I'll never know.
I don't know, because he went from this, he done a couple of movies, then he played the sheriff in Robin Hood.
Yes.
Again, another villain.
Another great villain role.
Again, fantastically acted.
Yeah, he plays bad guys like very well. He just has that like. Again, every time there's something about Alan Rickman's voice
The
that
monotone.
just kind of says, yeah, that just kind of says I'm smarter than you, and it's annoying, you know. That just it helps him carry characters like Hans Gruber off so well.
Yeah. The way he goes.
Especially that he talks slowly all the time as well.
Yeah. Like, Joe, like, it.
Wait, let me see if I can still do it.
Alright.
Right. What's the trick to doing Alan Rickman again? It's Stitch. You have to do Stitch. And then go
Please,
down an octave.
You don't like have to though, you know that, right? Like,
Let me see if I can still do it. I'll see if I can still do Stitch,
what,
to be
what do
honest.
you mean still do it? Were you ever able to do it?
I could do this years ago. Right, can I even
Oh,
do
no.
Stitch? I can teach you to ensnare the mind. There you go, there's Alan Rickman.
You sound like Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Picture Show. Just saying.
You're not wrong, time.
Quick, someone give me a line from Rocky Horror.
And it,
I really want you to say I'm a sweet transvestite, please.
is it not like, why don't you settle down? Oh, what the fuck is the
I
line?
forgot, what was the voice I just did there?
Stitch.
I am a sweet transvestite.
Yep, no, that's much better.
Tim Curry.
That's much more accurate. Yeah, there
That's
you
a
go.
better Tim Curry than it is an
Oh,
Alan
yeah,
Rickman,
there
isn't it?
you go. There you go.
Oh, keep that one
Turn
in
to
the
page
pocket for the
600.
Rocky Horror episode.
What was it? Turn to page 694. Is that the line? You've got to be. I think
Something like that.
I think your problem is you're not nasally enough.
Mm.
You need to be a little bit. You're quite high pitched.
I can teach you how
I can teach you how to
can teach you
ensnare
how
the
to
mind.
ensnare
Yeah, shit
Right.
like that.
The rest of this episode could just be us trying to do this. Is this respectful? Like, is this okay to do?
Hey, buddy. Paul just ran past the door. Went, hey, daddy. I can teach you how to ensnare the mind. Was it? Ensnare the mind.
And other such things you can do with potions and magic. I'm a wizard, man.
I want the potions, master. Oh, that was Tim
know-
Curry. That was straight up to Tim Curry.
They were talking about the cast of Die Hard.
Yeah.
Loosely, that's what we've been doing this whole time.
We're talking about how great Alan Rickman is.
Yeah, so we've mentioned Bruce Willis, we've mentioned Alan Rickman, we've mentioned
Curry.
our old friend William Atherton,
Thank you.
favorite of the show. Right, I want to briefly talk about what's his name, Alexander Godunov.
Oh, 1 minute.
Am I saying that right?
Godunov. Godunov?
Alexander Godunov.
Godunov.
Good. That guy.
What about him?
That was good enough. I'm gonna.
Aye.
Right. Do you guys know who that is?
No. Oh wait,
He's
no,
an
wait.
actor in
One
Die
minute.
Hard.
He's not an actor.
He's the savage henchman of Hans Gruber.
Yes, he is.
Is he?
He's
Is he the one whose brother dies?
he's like the he's
The
the
big
real
one.
tall
Carl.
one that really wants to, Carl.
His
Yeah.
name's
He really
Carl.
wants
Do you know who?
he really wants to kill.
Coral.
Do you know who he looks like?
He really wants John McClane dead.
Do you know who he looks like?
Who?
The guy from the
Who does he look
painting in Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, you're right. He
He
does.
does look like him, doesn't
Wait a minute.
he? Is it?
No way.
Well, a minute,
Wait, it's not. It's not.
it's not.
It's not.
Are you sure?
But I'm gonna find out who that is right now. Because he looks a lot like the guy from Ghostbusters too.
Load letter. Oh crap. Sorry.
Is this a bonus Ghostbusters video? Can that be your like running joke from now on forever? Every episode is secretly about Ghostbusters.
That would be a pain to do.
It would be.
What was the guy's? Oh wait, it was Wilhelm. He was in Die Hard.
No
He
way.
also in Die Hard?
He was in Die Hard.
No way.
He was. I'm looking at it right
he
now.
is.
He was in Die Hard.
Yes. He is
Was he
also
in
in that.
Die-
You were correct.
Who was
He
he in
plays the
Die
guy
I'm
Hard?
called-
looking.
It's James.
James.
That's another one of the terrorists, right?
Henchman. Alexander Goodenough was in nothing else I have ever seen.
Okay, yeah, right. Sorry, I forgot I hadn't told you who that was yet. Because we got sidetracked about
Can't
William
believe he
von
was in-
Hamburg. So there you go.
Die Hard.
A looser Ghostbusters connection.
Insane.
His name
We
is
keep finding these. Right.
Wilhelm von Homburg.
William von Hamburg, yes. Was
Damn,
also in Die Hard. That's
Shit.
so funny.
that's crazy. Do you think he plays Big Guy's brother?
Nah, that wasn't his name.
Oh, is it his? No. Okay, Nathan, go.
Sorry, that's really threw me there. I was not expecting that to happen.
Is that? Yeah, sorry for screaming into the mic, by the way.
Right, Alexander Godunov. So you guys pointed out he's not in a lot of movies, right?
Mostly
Despite
German.
being legitimately very good in Die Hard, right?
Yep,
That's because he's not an actor, right? That's not his profession.
he's a writer.
This man, he is a ballet dancer.
No, he way.
He's a ballerina. The
Them
Russian
Russians.
He's a Russian ballerina who defected to the United States and caused a minor international incident.
Minor? How minor?
Yeah, how writer.
To the point where like it ended up kind of not mattering, but because it was Russia, like the Soviet Union and the United States, and the Cold War was happening and all that, it was had to be checked out, and he was vaguely famous because he was a
Right.
world class ballerina. And then Die Hard.
As you do.
Yeah.
Because I looked him up because I was like, he looks familiar. So I looked him up, and it took me like 3 or 4 paragraphs on his Wikipedia to get to the fact he was in Die Hard, which I thought was quite funny.
Because it's all about his
Do you know who
ballet
he kind
career.
of looks like?
Who
He
does he
kind of
kinda
looks
look
like
like, Josh?
the from Blade Runner.
Which one?
The main guy in Blade Runner.
Harrison
that's not-
Ford?
It's not Harrison Ford.
Oh,
You mean Edward James Olmos?
No, is it? No.
The guy
No,
that-
no, the main
Tears in the Rain.
replicant. Yeah,
Tears in the Rain.
Oh, yeah.
the main replicant villain.
Rutger Hauer.
No, Rutger Hauer.
That's his name.
Rutger
It kind of looks like that. But
Does
that might
look
just
like
be because they're
Rutger
both
Hauer,
blonde.
actually, yeah. No, I see what you mean by that, yeah.
No, but
Right, let me do that impression.
No, please don't. Please don't. Please no.
I'll do the whole monologue from Blade Runner.
Just go deafing real quick.
It's like 5 minutes long. No, so yeah, sorry, that bit of J-Man being a ballerina was supposed to be more interesting, but we stumbled on a second Ghostbusters connection by accident, which is more interesting than that.
it was all because I said he looked like the guy from the painting.
That's big. Yeah, which turns out to be another one of the the guys in Die
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
But no, I really like that. His whole subplot with the first terrorist to be killed by John McClane is his brother, and
Yeah.
Hans Gruber is very adamant that they don't kill anybody. The terrorists, they're injuring police officers, they're wounding
Which is
people.
kind of
They want,
ironic when he shoots the Japanese guy right in the forehead, but
And
yeah,
then
he dies.
Ellis. And then
But other than him, they're
Ellis.
like, so yeah, so he tells him not to kill McClane, and he's just not happy about it. And like,
well, to be fair, the "don't kill McLean" bit was largely on the basis of because if you had shot him in the elevator, we could have killed him later.
yeah, yeah. But there's just like, which also is one of my favorite lines in the movie, where he goes back to like the main sort of party area, and he's like he punches something, and then Holly
Like a
goes,
drinks tray.
yeah, it's like a drink shot. Holly goes,
He's
John's
alive.
still alive. Only John could make someone that upset.
Yep.
Healthy marriage.
What a loving thing to say about your husband.
I mean, Ashley would say that
If
about
it's-
me.
Which leads to we've talked about how John McClane's a character who is like constantly out of breath, constantly injured. He's not wearing shoes. His feet are like cut.
Not wearing a
the whole way.
shirt.
He's always bleeding. Like he is. But the other half of John McClane's character is that anytime he talks through a walkie-talkie,
He's a badass.
he transforms. Yeah, he transforms into Rambo. Like, and it's all an act to like scare the terrorists,
Yeah.
which makes it even more interesting and like even yeah. But that's where we get some of the greatest one-liners in cinema history.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay being the iconic one,
Yeah.
which is so iconic that just in my head he does something cool after saying it.
He does. He just
Nope.
goes through a door.
No, he just opens a door. Yeah, not an important door,
No,
just a door.
he sees the elevator about to open, then he goes, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and then opens the door and leaves. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's all Yippee-ki-yay was. But it's a great, like, because of the way he says it and how, like, yeah. And the clear frustration that it's causing the terrorists on the line. And they're having a conversation about American action heroes. Is why Hans Gruber ends up calling him the cowboy.
No, because he called himself Roy something.
Just Roy.
Yes.
No, Roy.
What was that in?
He named an actor who
That is in Wrath.
famous for cowboy films.
Yeah, because he calls him John Wayne, and then he says I'm more of a.
Roy.
I've forgotten what he said. Roy Rogers.
Like it.
There you go. Yeah, first off, as Roy Rogers even tells
Al.
Al to call him Roy because it'll give away his identity. Which we haven't mentioned yet. We haven't mentioned the radio. So John steals a radio from one of the terrorists that
Yep.
he kills. After trying to take his shoes, but they don't fit.
Yep.
Yeah. Man had small feet.
Yeah, man had small feet. He kills the only terrorist with feet smaller than his sister.
Yep.
Great line. But he uses that radio to try and contact the police. Because
Mhm.
John McClane is the smartest action hero of all time. Because he's the only one that went, you know what would be an even easier way to get rid of 12 terrorists than me running about like Rambo? Would be to get the police to
Yeah.
come and do it. Which is the correct move. But then what we end up with is John McClane and the first police officer show up, Al, talking to each other on a closed line radio call that is the same line the terrorists are communicating on,
Yep.
and it leads to this fantastic cat and mouse where every character has the same amount of information but also doesn't want the other characters to have this information.
Yeah.
And just everyone's talking to each other all vaguely and like, oh. It makes the movie so much more tense. It's such a great little framing device.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's both a great, like, it makes things more tense because, like, you know that anytime John's asking for help, that Hans can hear him do that. So he can give away his location or whatever and get killed. But also, as an audience member, it sure does help when all the characters keep saying the things they're doing out loud. And they really found a way to make him do that.
Action movies, woohoo!
Like it legit, like it never, watching it doesn't feel like you're being spoon-fed information because it's a clever use of doing that. But that's what they're doing. It is a more clever version of the characters just saying things out loud.
Yeah, but yeah, it's done subtly enough that it's not a problem.
Yeah, because they also sprinkle in philosophical debates and whatever, and little mental games and whatever between your two leads, until the principal from the Breakfast Club has to go and ruin it.
Yeah.
Doing what he does best.
Ruining the lives of teenagers.
Yeah, that teenage Frank Sinatra.
Then you got the two Johnsons from the FBI being like, "Hey, we're gonna do all this." Like, nah, you know.
That's one of the things. There are like jokes in this movie that are like jokes, and they always catch me off guard. One of them being the Johns thing.
What, Johnson and Special Agent Johnson?
Especially no relation.
Yeah. And then after that, it's
That
like on
is
a phone
such a-
call. There's Johnson. No, the other one.
Yeah, the no relation is such a well delivered line because like, I'll throw up a picture of Johnson, Special Agent Johnson, for anyone who hasn't seen Die Hard in a while. That's obvious, like. But there's also a callback. As you said, there is a moment where
Yeah.
one of them says who they are, and it says no, the other one.
But my one question is, what would be the what's the other voice? The voice on the other side of the phone saying?
I don't know. That's it. I can't think of like. There's not a realistic, logical like conversation happening there. This is that joke, as you would do it in Airplane. Like,
Yeah.
but it's just a small handful of them. There's also obviously one of the terrorists just stealing from a concession stand
Yep.
while
He was hungry.
guarding a door.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it just keeps cutting to him just eating a chocolate bar. Like,
This is the thing of like, didn't this film have almost no script to a large extent? So a lot of this stuff they would have just been like, this would be funny to throw in here.
yeah, the way that moment is shot kind of looks like the actor noticed that there was real chocolate in the thing.
Yeah,
Just
it's
took
just
one.
like,
Yeah, and then John McTiernan directed this movie, right? I can imagine him being just like, yeah, all right.
Fair
We
play.
can do that.
that's something I'd do if I was an actor. Like, if I was on a set, I
Just
looked
take
at it.
chocolate.
Hey, that looks real. Is that real? Just open it and go, sweet chocolate. Nice.
They just had really bad on-set catering. That's all.
Maybe, yeah, he just wanted a Babe Ruth, man. Like, but I think you're right, Josh, because obviously a lot of Bruce Willis's one-liners are improvised, like most one-liners in any movie. Because if you write a one-liner, it will suck
Yeah.
Yeah.
inherently. Like, you have to be able to come up with those on the fly. Which is probably why the most famous one in Die Hard, as we mentioned earlier, is nonsense words and then a swear.
Yep.
Is that's the easiest thing to improv.
Which makes that scene at the end when Alan Rickman says it back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Willis actually has a wee giggle. It's like, oh wait, no, that's just because he wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah.
Like Alan Rickman held on to that line for days.
Yeah, you remembered
Weeks,
that he
probably.
said that. Yeah, he watched him say it and went, "I'm gonna use that." Because it's a fun line coming from Bruce Willis. It's a hilarious line coming from Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
The man is serious as Alan Rickman
With the
saying,
Hans
"Yippee
Gruber
ki-yay."
accent. Yep.
Yeah, in that same slow monotone, the whole movie. The phrase "yippee-ki-yay" is amazing. So I guess we should do the burning question
Mm.
that everyone listening wants to know. Right? They're gonna if we don't mention it here, it's gonna ask us in person. We're all gonna get asked in person as movie nerds anyway. Your relatives are gonna ask you this question. Your friends are gonna ask you this question. Your enemies are gonna ask you this question. It's gonna be filled over Twitter.
I think you've kind of oversold this question now.
No, I'm right.
You're right.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Oh, he was right.
You're gonna see it in all. There's gonna be 18 articles, all by the Guardian.
Well, see, here's the thing. How do you define Christmas movie?
Right, I'm gonna tell you right now. Is it a movie? First off,
Yes.
Yes.
is it about Christmas?
About
Kind of.
Christmas? No.
Yeah, it is.
It's not about Christmas. It's set at Christmas.
Okay, set at Christmas. Okay, that seems like enough to me.
Oh no, I fully agree. I think it's a Christmas
Yeah.
film all the way. It's set at Christmas.
well, just-
Christmas has been referenced multiple times. It is a minor plot point to a very small extent. So yeah, it's a Christmas film.
If you think it's not,
Well,
you're dumb.
so we've got that out the way. We had to do it at some point in the. I did oversell how much of an argument it was going to be because obviously it's a Christmas movie. That's how the phrase works.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't a Christmas movie, we'd be idiots.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, we've done the wrong episode. If this isn't a Christmas movie, we messed up.
Wait till we talk about Bad Santa in January.
I legitimately think, Nathan, if you said that, Josh would drive out your house and strangle you after his pizza.
Yeah.
After his
So
pizza.
this, yeah, we've established the correct answer to that question is obviously yes. People get all defensive about that. People that just don't like Die Hard will be like, it can't be a Christmas movie because it's not a movie I like. Like that's how it works. Deck the Halls.
Yeah.
Deck the Halls is a Christmas movie. Just because it sucks doesn't change that.
Home Alone 5 is a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
sucks.
the Home Alones are all Christmas movies. That's how this works, guys. It doesn't. It'd be like being like, I'm a big country fan. I like country music, but I don't like Florida Georgia Line, so they're not a country band. Like, no, it's not this. It's not what happened here. Also, if you don't like Die Hard, you're wrong.
Just what you do with your life. Like, honestly.
Like, it's acceptable, but like personal opinion wise. But if you want to call it a bad movie, it's one of those like, you're probably just not an action guy. It's fine.
Yeah.
But if that's true, why are you bothering me with your opinions on Die Hard?
True.
It would
Well,
be
wait
like
till we
me-
get to the question of would you recommend this film then? I think I know Nathan's answer.
It would be. It would be like. Let me pick it. Like Ty.
Yo.
Ty's a big movie guy here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask his opinion on Pride and Prejudice.
It was fine.
Wait, now I just kind of want to know. Ty.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was
You heard
fine.
it here first, folks.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry.
But I would.
Sorry. I'm thinking of Bride and Prejudice.
No.
Sorry, wrong one.
There you have it. Ty's review of Pride and Prejudice is that Bride and Prejudice was fine.
Yeah. You ever seen Bride and Prejudice?
But that's it. Like,
Dumb.
yeah, Ty,
Yeah.
you're not the person. It's not your genre.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
in the same way, I'm not gonna ask my sister what her thoughts on Die Hard are. Like,
It's fair.
that's my little rant about the unnecessary hate this very popular movie gets sometimes.
I'm glad you shared those rants.
The most unnecessary rant I've ever had on the show, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Because I just ranted about the fact that actors, are actors in Ghostbusters wasn't a documentary.
What?
I said
Oh,
Ghostbusters
yeah,
wasn't a
sorry, yeah.
documentary.
Yeah, no, I got. Took me a minute. No, yeah.
It was a very memorable riff, Josh. We all laughed. We had a good time. This is good content we're making.
Okay. Anyway,
Also, I did have another sneak Ghostbusters connection.
My goodness, how many are there?
This isn't like a real one, really. This is just like I noticed. These two movies have the same closing shot.
Oh, they
Oh,
do.
they kind of. Oh,
Like,
huh.
it's the exact
I never noticed
same
that.
thing. He kisses the girl. They get in the car, and in the car that is a plot point, the pivotal car
Yeah.
from earlier in the movie. The song, like the key song to the movie, plays
Yeah.
as the car drives away, and everyone claps.
You're right.
Except this time, Walter Peck gets punched in the face.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the dickhead reporter just got jabbed. That's why everyone was clapping.
Which probably should have happened in Ghostbusters as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, he got marshmallowed, so.
Yeah, he also gets his like come up in the Ghostbusters in the same sort of moment. Um, but that did hit me when it sort of because it hit me about that moment. I was like, "Oh, it's William Atherton." Oh wait a minute, this is Ghostbusters. I'm watching Ghostbusters. What is happening?
That's something else.
There you go. Next time you watch either of those movies, you will notice that they have the
Oh.
exact same last like 10 seconds.
It will never be the same experience. Yeah,
No.
thanks for that.
But instead of Ghostbusters, it's Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow.
Yeah, it'd be really weird if they accidentally played Ghostbusters soundtrack over Die Hard.
Oh, I'm editing that together.
Yeah.
I believe you. I
Right.
believe you'll go through that effort.
Oh, if I can be bothered.
Sure.
So right, all that's really left to do, though, boys, is the once again most pointless question I will ever ask
Yep.
because I definitely answers. Is Die Hard worth watching? Josh, what do you think? Should people
Nah.
watch Die Hard? Oh. Oh, okay. That's rude.
That is
I'll
all.
build
Well, yeah, I think to be fair, I wouldn't recommend this to everyone. I think to people that are wanting an action movie that are just so used to today's action movies, I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend this straight away. At least, like I think of your current teenagers that would watch today's action movie where you've got Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Ryan Reynolds
In the jungle.
swinging punches at random things, and it's like they're thoughtless movies and they have cool, well shot, well nice looking action scenes, whereas this doesn't have that. So I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend it to everyone straight away, at least. So there you go. I don't know. It's not a definitive yes to everyone, especially younger people at the moment, because it's they're so used to like better looking things. You know what I mean? But yeah.
I think cinematographer Jan de Bont may have a word to say with you, but
Well, I mean, for the 1988, it was really well shot and it looked really good.
I want to reference. I only know that Jan de Bont's name because he also directed Twister, I believe.
The board game.
No, yes, Josh. Yeah, the board game. Yeah, Jan de Bont, the cinematographer for this, also he directed Twister and Speed, I believe.
Don't know that game.
Fun fact. No, the drug.
Oh,
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
Right, Ty.
Yeah.
What do you think of Die Hard?
It's great.
Should people watch it?
I'm gonna disagree with Josh a little bit. I would recommend this to everyone. Everyone has to watch Die Hard at least once in their life. Even if you don't like it or it's not your film, just watch it.
Just to say you have.
Yeah. I mean, like, imagine bumping it on and then talking about movies. You go, oh yeah, Die Hard. And they go, I've never seen Die Hard. Like, you just like what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get your point there.
Yeah.
It is like what I think I said it last week. This is a movie I will reference in general conversation, just presuming the person I'm talking to has seen it by now.
Yep.
Like, because it's Die Hard. But whatever. Of course I'm gonna recommend Die Hard. It's Die Hard. This is I take your point, Josh, about what modern action movies are like. and that sensibilities have changed. And I'll raise you for people that are fed up of those movies.
Oh yeah.
This
Like, I
holds
think-
up, like, because the problem can be going back to like the 80s, what you think is the golden era. You'll be equally as disappointed when you realize your favorites are the 80s equivalent of Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds punching cars. Like,
I think what I should clarify is if you're under the age of 18, it's a FA recommendation. But if you're
Yeah.
over the age of
Yes.
18, maybe even 16, then yeah, watch Die Hard.
yeah, we're Die. Yeah. So we agree that Die Hard is a good movie.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna change the final question.
Ah,
You
A
can't
little
do
bit.
that. It's the title of the
I had
show.
my answer.
It is, but I'm gonna. Don't worry, guys. See, I'm gonna do a little podcasting trick. See, because it's Christmas and it's a special episode. I'm gonna say it differently, but in a way that doesn't change the format too much.
Oh.
Wink.
You can't say wink now, they'll all know that you wink.
Oh no, they know. I said all that out loud into a microphone.
This is an audio podcast.
Oh, and then I didn't edit it out.
Anyway.
So, boys, it's Christmas Eve.
No, it's not.
Hypothetically.
Uh,
I knew you were
okay.
going to say that. I tried to get out early. It's like you didn't realize what we were going to do. Hypothetically, it's Christmas Eve, right? It's getting late. You're going to watch a movie before you go to bed, right?
Before Santa
Is this
comes.
your Christmas midnight screening? Oh, I forgot to pick one. Sorry. Yes, I know the answer. Josh, is this your Christmas midnight screening?
No.
Oh.
This is a film I'd probably do watch every year around Christmas time, but I don't think it's a Christmas Eve midnight screening film. I think at that point I would be going for a family film where you sit down and it is just a stupid, really light-hearted Christmas movie. This is in any other evening of the year. This for sure is a midnight screening because you can put on, and especially if you're with your friends that have seen it, you can quote along with the one-liners. You can cheer when Alan Rickman falls out a window. You know, but for Christmas Eve with the fam, nah, don't think so.
Hi.
Right?
What are you thinking?
I actually watched this at midnight. This morning? Yeah. This morning technically. Of time recording. Yes, it's a midnight movie. But I'm gonna agree with Josh. No, it's not a Christmas midnight screening because on Christmas Eve every year me and my family watch The Grinch.
Sorry.
For fuck's sake. So no.
Josh was
Is that
preparing that reaction.
Yeah.
He knew what you were gonna say. It was
Yeah.
preparing to do the noise.
So normal midnight screening, yes. Christmas midnight screening, no.
Nathan.
Yeah, fair enough, boys. Yeah. You catch me off guard with that every time.
Nathan. Nothing you know is that getting asked. It's Die
It's
Hard, a Christmas midnight screening.
It's because just a few episodes ago you just decided that you were gonna start saying my name there.
Someone has to.
Yeah, I get it's weird, but I'm not gonna ask myself a question. Yeah, I take both of your points, absolutely. Of course, Die Hard, yeah. By the definition that we've agreed it's one of the best, like, 80s action movies, it's inherently a good midnight screening.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it is something you can definitely yell at the screen to and high-five your boys to the good bits.
Yeah.
That sentence really just fizzled out at the end. I could not figure out how to end it. But yeah, to answer my own question, is it like a Christmas Eve midnight screening? For the context that I think both of you went along, like, you're with your family for the holidays,
Yeah.
yeah, you're probably better off with Elf or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or Arthur Christmas.
Or The Grinch.
All
But-
good three options, Nathan. Yes.
If you like, if you happen to be like away for Christmas or you're with your flatmates or something, I think this would be fun. This would be a fun way to bring in Christmas. That's my whole point. I'm
Cool.
a good host. All that's really left is to say thank you to everyone for listening to this and putting up with our rants about things that aren't the thing we're supposed to be talking about that take up 80% of the show.
Yep.
Despite
Podcasting.
the fact that we research for about a month before we do these and then just
Really?
spew nonsense instead of the things we said we were going to talk about.
I meant to be doing research?
Well, you watched the movie.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
That counts.
Last night.
That's research, isn't it? Remember that time I had to get 10 true story at college for my presentations. I had to have 10 sources cited, and 5 of them started with Scooby-Doo and the. So
I wish I could do that.
you could, you just would fail.
No, Josh, yours would have to be VeggieTales.
Oh yeah, just start saying VeggieTales.
I can make it work. I can make it work.
But anyway, yeah, thank you everyone for listening. If you are on our Spotify, listen to this on the go, you're probably aware, but I'll tell you anyway. These also go up on my channel, my YouTube channel, Nathan Needs a Username, where I also post some other stuff. Sometimes.
Not recently.
Not often, but sometimes. It's been a bit.
Yeah.
We have, hopefully coming pretty soon, another incredibly similar show. Though these will be archived together on YouTube. They'll have their separate Spotify feeds, so it's worth subscribing if you like this. If you like me rambling with these two, there'll be
Wait,
more.
we're doing another show?
Yeah, you know this. Stop it.
Do
I know that you know this.
I fully believe I'm meant to know this, but my brain is not
You
telling
do
me.
know the one that's this,
Uh-huh.
but not this.
Gotcha.
When we talk about a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
No, I don't know. Hey,
That
it's
will
been
be
2
announced-
hours of this.
That's true, actually.
That will be announced. That will be announced soon to all of you and Josh, apparently. Follow me on Instagram at Nathan Needs a Username. The vote for each of these episodes will always pick 2 movies a month, pit them up against each other for a day on Instagram. Whichever one comes out victorious is what we'll talk about. So if you want your say in what we talk about, make sure you follow me there. Follow these two while you're at it as well. Their links will also be in the description below. Next week, boys. Next week's going to be fun. Next week?
Next month.
Next month.
That's wrong. Next month. Next month will be fun. We've got a very special episode. We're theming it again. It's video game month. Video game month.
Oh, guys, I'm busy next month. I might not
Video
be able
game month.
to make that one.
It's
Insert
Josh,
generic
it's
excuse
video
here.
game month.
My
It's
dog
video
ate
game
my
month for a very
podcast
special
material.
reason. It's very. He ate my TV. It's
Pretty good.
It's Video Game Month for a very special reason, because we have our first ever guest coming on the show. YouTuber is Pre-Built. He plays video games. That's why we're doing it. He doesn't play these video games, but he plays video games. Exclusively, he plays 7 Days to Die.
But they don't have a film for that yet.
There isn't a 7 Days to Die film, so I reached out to him and
yes,
said,
you could be like World War Z. It's got zombies.
we probably should have done zombies instead of video games. And it's too late. We've decided.
Technically, it's really not.
And actually,
Well, this is what we told him we're doing.
technically, the guest
This is
picked.
the. After this moment, it's too late.
I reached out to Pre-Built and asked him if there's any video game movies he feels he could talk about, and he told me. So blame him. He told me
I will.
what he felt we should do, and the vote will be between. Can't believe it. The vote will be between Doom and Resident Evil. So stay tuned in the next few days on my Instagram to vote on which one of them you want us to torture ourselves with.
If you all
And
don't
our
vote, then
friend.
we can't do either of them.
Then it's a heads or tails situation, Josh.
Or both. We do both.
No. Okay, vote. Please vote.
So we'll see you all in that episode
Yeah.
with Pre-Vault. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the show.
See you later, guys.
Goodbye.
Was it Borat there?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.